no, your ass better call somebody.
What up, fellas? Yesterday, Mike Wang announced that green releases will no longer be basically 100% good. I know in 2K15 there were very few, very rare instances where a green release would miss and it would be YouTube worthy, but in 2K16 apparently the shot meter is indeed back, and apparently as well green releases will no longer be 100%. How I feel about it, I think it's I'm like in between. I don't think it's dumb, but I don't think it's like overall good, because I feel the problem with the game, at least 2K15 right now, is that patch 4 really ruined the shooting and made it just super inflated, and like every shot, like when patch 4 first came out, was going in. And I think green releases just need to be rare. Like, I think they should take shooting back to 2K14's level. 2K14 was good for me anyway. With the shot meter, you're gonna get a lot of complaints from people like, oh, my shot was on the line, it should have went in, when in reality not every shot is gonna go in. And I was reading Operation Sports yesterday, and someone made a good point. It's that every shot, even if wide open, uncontested, you have all the time in the world to shoot, shouldn't be, 100% guaranteed make. And I agree with that. I think 2K just needs to tone it down a little bit. Like, I was fine with the shooting prior to patch 4. It was just a little sporadic at most, and at times, it seemed like you just couldn't make anything, but then the next game you can make everything. And I think they just need to find balance between that. And Mike Wang also announced that the shots engineer basically made it pretty easy to tone down or tone up the shooting depending on the community's feedback. And basically what that means is there's no need for a 1 gig, 2 gig patch anymore. Good old Mike Wang can probably just tone the shooting down or tone it up dependent on the feedback, like I said before. And I hope it isn't as laggy or delayed as 2K15 was when it dropped, because I'm not sure if you guys remember, but I thought my connection was just messing up. But 2K15 when it dropped was one of the worst releases I've ever seen with 2K, and I've been playing since 2K11. But now that we know this news, I'm pretty excited for the shooting in 2K16. Normally, I'm one of the better shooters every year. I mean, I got 11 green releases in this game, and granted, it's the Cavs, but I think it's still a good gameplay to show that green releases do happen too much for the higher power teams. Like, if I were to pick, the Bucks or a team, say like the Hornets or the Lakers, I'm not gonna get 11 green releases in a game. I might get 3 or 4 if I'm lucky. And I think shooting needs to be dependent on the user's skill ability. Like, it shouldn't be a team-based thing. Like, for example, if I pick the Bucks are a good team, so I wouldn't say they're a bad team anymore, but for example, if I get a bad team, we'll just say the Suns. The Suns are mediocre at best. They're not great, they're not bad. But if I pick the Suns versus a team like OKC, I should be able to beat that user if I move the ball, take good open shots, and not force anything. But with 2K15 at least, they're going to get some BS with Durant and Westbrook, and even, I've seen it with Cantor. Like, Cantor, it was a few months ago, but I played them with the Rockets, I believe, and Cantor had 8 offensive rebounds on Dwight. Like, he was rebounding like he wasn't even there. So I think the game for 2K16 just needs to be based off of skill, and hopefully we do see that. Patch 4 just made the game way too easy. Patch 3 was actually okay, like I said before. Pretty decent game with Patch 3. And I think 2K overall needs to take a look back at what 2K11 and why 2K11 was so successful. I know there were a few glitches there, but man, 2K11 was definitely a skill-based game, and the shooting was okay. It wasn't like overpowered like it is now, especially with patch 4. And the funny thing is, in Operation Sports, Mike Wang said that he hopes the game with these new shooting modifications will never be anything like Patch 4, so even he knows Patch 4 ruined 2K15.